Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video we are going to create our animator. Before that we will go to our asset store and I will just bring some nice environment for our this short course so that we should not bore with our environment simple plain. So we can go to asset store and unfortunately you can see internet is not on, so we will just come back and we will do other things. No problem, we will set environment later on. So okay, so now first of all we will place our character inside our scene. So here is our character. Okay, so here if we click on game menu, you can see our camera is watching from this angle. Okay, and we want to set our camera in this angle. So what we can do, we can frame this like this, if where you want to place your camera. So here this view is fine, so we will select our camera and we will press Ctrl Shift F. So now in game view you can see that our character is here. If you play the game, nothing will happen because there is no animator or animation on our character. So you can see it's just standing still. So now we will create our animator. So here we will go, we will create a new animator and we can name this animator to player animator or any other name you can assign. So if we double click on this animator, you can see that it has this option layers and we are in base layer. We can create a new layer from here as well. We have parameters, we can click on this icon and we can add certain parameters. Then we have this main tab where we have any state and entry state, nothing else. So these are the beginning states of any animator controller, and there is, we will see exit state as well. So in order to animate our character, we should have animations in our animator. Okay, so first of all we will add certain components on our character. So first of all you can see that our character has this transform option for positioning and this animator component which has avatar, apply root motion, update mode, culling mode and controller. This controller is the main thing and it will control the animations of our character. So we will just go to animator, we will select our character and we will drag drop our animator here. So now our character has this animator. Okay, so now the second thing we have to add with our character, in order to control the character we need a rigid body. A rigid body is a physics component of Unity which will apply gravity and some other kinematics and interpolate collision detection etc. with your character. So we'll just go to constraint and I will just freeze X, Y, Z rotation. Now we will add one more component for collision, collider detection, and we will go here and we will add capsule collider. So now we have this nice collider here and we can adjust this collider by clicking here on this icon and then we can drag this node over here. Also we can adjust this node like this. Okay, so when we are happy with our collider we can move further. So next step is to add animation to our character. So for example, if we go to animator and if we select any of our animation and if we just drag drop this idle animation over here, and now if we run the game, character will be in idle animation. You can see our character is animating and I don't know why he is going upward because we have attached the rigid body and it should be in place, but I don't know why it's happening. So I will just increase the mass to, for example, 50 and yeah, why it's moving on upward. I don't know. Yeah, now it's fine. So because our mouse was very low, although it should not move like this, but I don't know why it happened. Okay, anyhow, so now we have our idle animation, and whenever we drag drop our animation in Animator and its color is orange, it means that it is set to default state. Okay, if we add some another animation, for example like jump, or just okay, I will add cry for example, and then we can add jump like this, then you can see these animations have gray color. So if we want to make jump as a default animation, we can select this and we can click set as default layer. So now if we play the game, our a character will start jumping. Okay, so we will just set it to idle position. Also one more thing, when we select the animation, you can see there are some turn options. So the important option is loop time. For idle, we have enabled the loop time. It means that this animation will repeat itself again and again. So if we uncheck this option, this animation will play only once. Okay, so now we will move further, and after idle animation we want to our player to be jump, and then it should cry. Okay, so what we can do, we will create a script for this functionality. So let's add a new script and we will name it player animations, and then we will open the script in Visual Studio. So let's wait for some seconds. So we have script open with us. So first of all, we have to refer our animator. So for that we will add private animator and we can name it anim. Okay, after that we will assign some string variable, so that variables should match these names, jump, cry. Okay, so we want that our character should jump after idle, and then he should cry. So for that purpose we will add private, and we can name it string, and we will name it, for example, cry animation. Okay, equal to, here we will assign cry. The spelling should match with the animation name inside Animator Controller. So here we will add another variable which will be the second animation, which is hopefully, what is that, I don't know, I just forget, jump, sorry. So jump animation, and we will add jump here. Okay, so that's nice. Now in awake function runs before start function, so we will create awake void awake function, and in this function we will get animation component. So we will write here anim dot get component, and we will select animator here. So now our animator is available throughout the script. We can apply our animations anywhere in our script. We don't need update function, so we will add a new function here. So we will say public, because we want to manipulate this function inside editor. So we will write public void, and we can name it jump. The first function we will add jump. Okay, and for this function we will say anim dot play, and then we will name our animation, which is jump animation. So simple it is. Okay, and now we will add another function for cry animation, and we will name it cry. And similarly we will add anim.play, and here we will add cry animation. So that's it for our basic animations. Now we can go to Unity, and here what we can do, we have to add events after each animation. Okay, so what we can do, we can go to animation tab. If you can't see this animation tab, you can go to window, animations, and animation. So you will have this animation tab here, and then we can select our warrior, and here you can see the idle animation. So at the end of this idle animation we will select, and before doing that we should have script attached to warrior player. So I will just select player animation script over here. So now we can include our functions. So in idle animation we will go at the end, and then we will create event. So now we have this event node. We will select our function. So we need to jump. So what will happen when the idle animation will finish, jump animation will play. Okay, and after jump we'll need cry animation to play it. So we will go to jump animation here, and we will go to end, and we will create another event, and here we will select cry function. That's it. If we play the game, hopefully everything will work absolutely fine. So now you can see we are idle, and then we jump, and then we cry, and it will start crying and crying and crying it again and again, because we don't have any animation from after this cry animation. So cry animation is looping, so that's why our character is crying again and again. So this is very basic of animations, and that's it for this video. In next video we are going to create our character controller, and we will add some more animation in our animator. So let's meet in next video. Goodbye.